Low palm strikes. So with the low palm strikes, we use these more to the groin area. So from here, when we're doing a low palm, okay, from there, it's a nice, there's your straight palms, and then we're doing a circular palm to the groin. So we're getting this action from there. I call it a circular motion because I don't like anything. Imagine if you're doing bowling and you're trying to get this action. I don't want that type of palm strike. And the area that we're hitting with is the palm. So we're hitting with that solid bone. The same way as you hit there, I want the same thing down below as well. So you don't want to be bending the fingers back or catching or anything. We want to make sure we get that hard part. What I do with it as well is I'm aiming for the pelvic bone in the inside. Okay, from here, or the side, or the hip bone area. So from there, I want to go at an angle. Don't want to just simply hit the groin for hitting the groin's sake. Some people, when you hit them, whether they're on something or anything from there, might not even feel it. So yes, if you went to your friend right now and just went bang, it'd absolutely kill. But imagine this is now for self-defense. They could be on drugs. You hit them, and nothing happens. So from there, I like to take the base. So at least if I'm getting the strike, bang, I'm getting some form of destabilization. Yeah, that their core is now shifted and moved. Ideally, if the strike really hurts, fantastic, great. Pain in the brain, and they get that elicited response that the head would come forward, and now they're off balance, which is perfect as well. So from there, next thing is you want to do is from here, is you don't want to be standing in front. So conversation range is here, extreme in your face is here. Anything beyond that, you should not be using the technique, you should be getting gone. Okay, so from there you should be moving, de-escalating, walking away, running, wherever it is. So whether you've been backed up against a wall and you're stuck and you can't get anywhere, or you've got somebody with you that you need to protect, or you've just been caught off guard, okay, and you're here. So that's the type of range you want. So ideally when you're using this technique, you're either going to be this range, or extreme close, where you're trying to hit as well. Okay, so those are the sort of ranges you're trying to, ideally we want this fence where we're here, where we're keeping them back, say, well, you know, what's your problem, what do you want? And then from there, we can immediately from there go offline and strike that groin and then follow up with what we need. Okay? When we're working this as well is, I like to think of it as circular. So I don't want that, I get the power, let's say my hands are up and protecting, my chin's down, I need to be able to get my hand to there without dropping my hand and then working the hip. So I want a circular motion, so from here it's dropping round, getting so it's at my hip, so I get that circle power with the arm. Once the arm's here, I then get the circle with the hip. Bang, same way as you're doing the cross point. So my hand's up, don't want any trouble from there. From here, this is circling. Once I get to the hip, and then I circle inwards. Once again, from there, I like to go at an angle. So I don't like to go straight to the groin. I like to cut across. So that would be perfect when I rotate my hip. That way, it's going to put me in that direction. So I can cut across it. And then, obviously, from there, you can follow back and do whatever it is that you're doing from there, whether you know the head's dropped forward and you're hammer fisting, or from there whether you're elbowing, where the head didn't drop forward but they just lost their base and you're framing from here and you're hitting, you know, it's up to you. It's just a basic tool developing the strike. So you want to get offline. If you hit them to the groin, what's going to happen if you're here and you hit the groin? If it works, their head's going to come forward, you're going to get smashed in the face. So you need your head offline. Best thing to do is take a step at an angle to get to their flank. Now they're there, now you're in a better position. Once you've got this, I like to rep it by having the hands on the bag. So this can be done on focus mitts. You can get a partner, hold a pad right there near the groin area in the inside, kick shield, so you can practice actually unbalancing somebody in what it's like to hit. Well, here's the exercise I do. Hands on the bag, you want to learn how to do it left and right handed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, sometimes you may notice that instead of me just striking just this hand, that I'm actually using this other hand. This is a double concussion effect. So what you can do is when you're here, if you can catch it, you can hit the back of the head and hit the groin at the same time. So now I'm going to hit the back of the head as I step offline and hit the groin. So I get a 2-for-1 shot. Okay, so from here, if I can, back of the head, so I'm going to whip the hand, so you get that effect as I go to the groin. So if I'm here, my hands can control, chin down, what do you want? From there, I'm going to slap my hand past as I go for the groin at the same time. Bang. This automatically gives me an antenna. Now from there, once I've hit the head, I can feel where they are and know if they're moving that as well. Okay, so from that has been your palm strike to the groin area, just coming down. So key tips, try not to pull the arm back and hit. Try not to just use the arm. Make sure you're engaging the hips. Same way as you do a punch, where from here, circle it and circle a hip. So you get like a whip effect. Bang. Last little safety tip is never lock the arm dead straight. If you go like this, your elbow is going to keep going, it could pop. Make sure you keep a slight bend in it. So it's kind of like an uppercut, where from here, you're going to get that palm, see? Slight bend in it. And then from here, I use the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get that motion. And that has been your low palm strike.